Let's have a quick conversation about myFICO. The big question is myFICO legit or not? And here are the general considerations I want you to think about. When you think about myFICO, I want you to really answer right off the bat. This is a legitimate subscription credit monitoring service that helps all Americans track their FICO credit scores from the three major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and also provides limited identity monitoring, insurance, and restoration services. So it's very important to think about that. So if you are considering myFICO for credit and identity monitoring, you need to know the risks, benefits, and costs associated with becoming a member in the first place. Okay. So what is it really? Well, actually, myFICO is part of the Fair Isaac Corporation, better known as FICO, and the company has been in existence since 1956. And so the company's algorithms pull in consumer credit information to provide an accurate picture of your credit worthiness to credit card issuers, lenders, and insurance companies, among others. Okay, and according to myFICO, the top 90 U.S. lenders use FICO scores to evaluate risk, with FICO score 8 being the most widely used version of the company's consumer's credit rating model. Okay, now let's talk about the pros and cons of myFICO, so you have a clear idea about what the service really is. So the advantages first. The basic plan provides free FICO scores from the company that invented the system in the first place. It offers a three bureau credit monitoring. It includes $1 million in identity theft insurance coverage, and it offers also identity monitoring and 24/7 identity restoration support. But that's for the paid plans only. So what about the cons? What about the drawbacks? When you think about myFICO, what types of drawbacks should you expect? Well, it is more expensive than more robust credit monitoring and identity theft protection services. Credit scores and reports are only updated every 3 months on the advanced plan, so that's a little disappointing because every quarter, in terms of update, that's not really good. No digital security or protection against online scams. This could be also problematic for certain target audiences, and you have limited information available on identity monitoring services online. So myFICO is kind of cool. It's kind of good for certain things, but not for others. Let me go a little more granular here. So I want to talk to you about the main features, the main modules, the main capabilities of myFICO. I want to first start with the FICO score tracking. Right, this should be the quintessential element if you have to go through if you have to go to myFICO. So the main selling point of myFICO is that it really provides you with the same credit scoring system that is supposedly used by 90 or 95% of top lenders. And this statistic is actually furnished by myFICO itself, which makes its accuracy difficult to verify. 90%, that's a little like a little glorifying, self-glorifying. But hey, listen, this is what it is. So your FICO score is based on your credit history, including your track record of on-time payments, how long you have had credit, and how much of your available credit you are using. Right? That's what we call, not what we call. This is what experts call credit utilization ratio (CUR). Okay, and so how much of your available credit you're using, and that's an important element when it comes to your credit score, by the way. So if you know your FICO credit scores and work to improve them, there is a good chance that you can secure a line of credit with the top financial lenders, line of credit, but also loan, and also credit card for that matter. Okay, and this is important. So here is how myFICO protects you. So you have regular FICO score updates. So you'll get updated on your FICO score from all three credit bureaus every 3 months, advanced plan or monthly, the premier plan. Now the premier plan is as the name implies, more expensive. And also myFICO separates scores for mortgages and car loans. So whether buying a home, a car, or securing a business loan, your creditworthiness is really a significant factor, and myFICO helps you understand the steps needed to achieve these goals in the first place. So that's really cool. So what you need to know is that most credit monitoring and identity theft protection services provide credit scores by using the VantageScore model, a slightly different method. And both systems are best used to guide your credit decisions rather than be regarded as a source of truth, as many lenders use their own models for assessing your credit score in the first place. Of course, they'll look at your FICO score, but they'll look at their own quantitative internal models as well. when you think about myFICO, I want you to think also about 3-bureau credit monitoring. And 3-bureau credit monitoring offers one of the only ways to receive alerts quickly about the many possible dangers impacting your credit score and reports, right? From missed payments and incorrect information to, let's say, fraudulent accounts, loans, and lines of credit that scammers have opened in your name. Like if somebody's trying to play games with your name, with your good name and your social, basically 3-bureau credit monitoring is kind of cool because if you had 1-bureau credit monitoring, basically if the scammer is able to actually work on the other two, you will not be notified. But when you have 3, you are sure that you will be notified anyway. So here is how myFICO protects you. 3-bureau credit monitoring. myFICO enables users to compare their FICO scores and credit reports from all 3 bureaus side by side. This is really important, side by side. So you can quickly spot errors, note score differences, and get a complete view of your credit standing. You also have credit score and fraud alerts, so you can easily track your financial health through notifications about any changes to your credit score or warnings about suspicious activity. For example, if you choose a plan that includes identity monitoring, you'll get an alert if someone tries to change your address and contact information or even attempts to open a new bank account under your name. So the basic myFICO plan is helpful if you want free credit monitoring. But remember, it's only tracking 1 bureau. True FICO scores are based on verified information from all 3 bureaus. If you want to track your scores at all 3 reporting agencies, you must pay more for myFICO's premium plan. And you also have identity monitoring. So myFICO scans dark web and internet forums for your personally identifiable information, PII, and alerts you if it's been linked. If it's been leaked, you can be notified. And the service can also search certain public records for new names or addresses tied to your social security number, a common warning sign of identity theft. And so the way myFICO protects you, you have fraud alerts, but you also have an intuitive user interface. So fraud alerts on the advanced plan, myFICO app monitors thousands of websites for personal identity fraud and other credit issues. So you'll get alerts about potential risks to your PII. Remember, PII, personally identifiable information, such as your social security number or driver's license number. You also have, as I said before, an intuitive user interface. So while some may dismiss this feature, having a clean and clear dashboard that's easy to navigate can make all the difference when you need to respond quickly to signs of identity theft. So this is an important element to think about. So long story short, while myFICO sends alerts, many people have complained about a lack of information. Several Reddit users confirmed that the app notified them about a change in the score, but did not explain anything else to help. You also have a 24/7 identity restoration support. Now, identity restoration support is kind of critical, especially if you have a family, if you have several people who are in your household. Okay, many people sign up for identity theft protection solely for support access in the event that they become victims, right? I mean, the unfortunate event, but God forbid. But myFICO offers 24/7 support to help you restore your identity or deal with a lost or stolen wallet. And it depends on what the wallet contained also, right? So here is how myFICO protects you. You have 24/7 full service identity restoration, and you also have lost wallet protection. So when we talk about 24/7 full service identity restoration, what are we talking about? Well, what happens here is that myFICO has a team of US-based certified resolution specialists available around the clock to help you out 24/7. If it's midnight, they will pick up the phone and answer you. And so the restoration process can include helping you fill out an identity theft affidavit, exercising limited power of attorney, and acting on your behalf with creditors, government agencies, and credit bureaus. I mean, of course, if those fraud resolution specialists talk to banks and regulatory agencies, this carries more weight, right? Because people will know that this is a FICO, this is an official thing. Not official, but it's more like it carries more weight. Let's just put it this way. You also have lost wallet protection. So this feature provides coverage for lost or stolen documents, including credit cards, passports, driver's license, military ID cards, travelers checks, and more. So that's kind of cool in terms of functionality. You have that. So what you need to know here is that several users have vented frustrations about the level of customer support offered by myFICO, especially when it comes to 24/7 identity restoration support. Okay, if you become the victim of identity theft, poor customer support will only add to the stress. So you got to ask yourself, what are you looking for? What are your goals in the first place? And that's going to help you actually make the right decision. You also have up to $1 million in identity theft insurance. So if fraudsters rack up debts in your name, you may need to fight legal battles to clear your name and possibly pay debts that are not yours, right? Stuff happens. I mean, you'll be really surprised, but it happens every single day in this country. And so when disaster strikes, identity theft insurance can rescue you from financial ruin. And so here's how myFICO protects you. You have they help you recover from identity theft and also replace lost wages and documents. So recover from identity theft, all three myFICO plans offer up to $1 million in identity theft insurance. This policy covers expenses that occur when your identity is compromised as a result of data breaches, fraud, theft, forgery, and stolen identity documents, as long as you follow the guidelines in myFICO's summary of benefits. Also replacing lost wages and documents, whereas many other ID protection services only cover wages up to about $7,500, myFICO promises to cover lost wages with no limits. Also, you can get assistance with obtaining new documents, such as a passport or driver's license. So what you need to know here is that if you need only coverage for yourself, myFICO may be a good choice because the insurance offered is for one individual. But if you want to protect your partner, children, or grandparents, myFICO cannot really help. So in terms of a cost, I want you to look right now on the screen. Here is what the cost looks like. So myFICO offers a free plan with access to your FICO scores from a single bureau, Equifax, and basic credit monitoring. However, this option is not useful for anyone looking to improve their credit or get robust protection against fraud. The paid plans start at $29.95, as you can see on the screen, for the advanced plan, and also, so this is kind of cool. And the third plan you have, it will cost you $39.95. So while this offer more protection and insights, they come at a higher price point than many of the best identity theft protection services out there, including ones that provide more features and protection. So something to really think about. Okay, this is an important element to keep in mind. So, but the important thing is that when we talk about myFICO Premier, basically you can receive and access all of your initial 3 reports and scores immediately, and credit updates are available every month. And the myFICO Advanced has 3 bureau credit monitoring, FICO scores for mortgages, auto loans, and more, 24/7 identity restoration, identity monitoring, and $1 million identity theft insurance. And that's kind of cool in terms of overall protection. So when we talk about myFICO being legit or not, it's important to really understand that I want to really share with you our analysis here, okay? And so who can really benefit the most from using myFICO? Well, compared to other identity theft protection services, myFICO is an excellent choice for getting accurate updates on your credit score, that's for sure. So here are 3 scenarios in which it will be a good fit. Let's say you want access to your FICO credit scores. So myFICO is one of the only providers that gives you access to your FICO score, or at least one of the 28 varieties of FICO scores used by lenders. This may give you a more accurate picture of how lenders see your credit. The second scenario is that you are looking to make a major purchase in the near future. With myFICO, you get a full picture of your credit standing. This service is most valuable for people who want to build good credit before a huge financial investments like buying a house, refinancing a major loan, or even buying a car. And if you already have a digital security provider, the steady rise in identity theft and credit fraud makes it more critical than ever to know what's going on in your credit files. So if you have other tools protecting you from identity fraud, phishing, and malware, myFICO could be a good service to add to your existing credit monitoring system. And this is an important element. Now, of course, myFICO has a few downsides or drawbacks, if you will, okay? So users reports that credit warnings are late or don't show up. It can be more expensive than most credit monitoring options. No free trial and a painful refund process. As myFICO doesn't offer a trial period, you can't test the service before paying. Also, your subscription will automatically renew every month unless you decide to cancel. You also have very limited identity theft protection, and you have no digital security tools or proactive protection against hacking and data breaches. So when you sign up for myFICO, you won't get any digital security tools such as antivirus protection, a virtual private network VPN, or parental controls to protect your kids' devices from threats such as inappropriate content and child identity theft. And child identity theft is a biggie. So the bottom line is myFICO provides access to your FICO scores along with 3 bureau credit monitoring, but it's really expensive and has a history of late credit notifications, meaning you could be left in the dark if scammers are using your identity to take out loans or open new accounts in your name. So the thing is that you have a lot of, so you heard everything about myFICO. The service is really good when it comes to certain areas. So the big question is, do you have to change? Well, if you don't like myFICO, you have other players in the industry. Okay, you can think about ID Guard. You can have Aura. You can have you have a lot of them. Especially if you want a comprehensive identity monitoring, across the dark web, data breaches, public records, and more. Or if you want to have multi-device or personal data protection, this could be a little problematic on myFICO, so that you can think about other players. So basically, it's important to really understand that if you want to cancel your myFICO plan, on its site, myFICO claims you can cancel your subscription anytime. And so you can cancel by logging into the myfico.com website and go into the My Subscriptions page. Alternatively, go to More Subscription in the iOS or Android mobile app, or you can call the customer support team at 1-800-319-4433 Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. through 6 p.m. Pacific, or Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific. And this is really what it is. Now, you should be aware that if you do not cancel your subscription before your current subscription period ends, it will automatically renew at the updated price. Okay, and it's not automatically. So bottom line here is that myFICO won't keep your identity safe. While myFICO is a legit service, it offers limited protection against identity theft and fraud. And without digital security tools to combat the threat of identity theft, what happens here is that you have to really, you cannot really count on myFICO as a robust option in it this year. And so you want to look for a solution that offers a more modern approach to identity theft protection with advanced digital security tools. We actually covered those on our show. You want to have 3 bureau credit monitoring, and you also want to have reliable fraud alerts, and you also want to have comprehensive identity monitoring. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And you want to have, this is an important element also, you want to have identity theft insurance that actually exceeds $1 million, because if you are seriously a victim of identity theft, your expenses might actually go up a lot faster. So you just never know. So in closing to this conversation, I actually talked to you about whether or not myFICO was legit. I give you the general considerations, the cost, the analysis, and now the closing arguments. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.